Dental Nachos crew? It's Paul, Dr. Nacho. I'm here bringing good ideas to dentists and you at any time during our regular dentisting and also when we have challenges like we have now. I'm proud and happy to be interviewing one of our key resources and sponsor, Corey Pinniger, founder of CallForce, a great system you can use
Dental Nachos crew,
in
it's
your
Paul,
practice.
Dr. Nacho. I'm here bringing
sec,
good
guys.
ideas to dentists and you at any.
It's Corey Pinniger, CEO of CallForce. They do a lot of cool things. I'm going to let him share with us. Hi, Corey. What do you guys do, and how do you help dentists?
Yeah, so I think the synopsis or the vision, and first of all, thank you for having me on,
Sure.
Paul. It's a pleasure. The synopsis is that within dental practices, they are consistently and always generating opportunity. And unfortunately, or what we've noticed is that some opportunity doesn't make it all the way through production. And so we've found, up to 4 key areas within a dental practice that we say we're missing opportunity or we're not converting all of the opportunity we have. And so we've created systems that are practice friendly that help them miss less calls, reactivate more patients, schedule more unscheduled treatment to let the dentist do what they do best, which is dentistry.
Gotcha. That's so important because as a dentist, you're have to wear so many different hats. Quick eMyth Revisited. People lose momentum. I mean, nobody ever loses momentum finding a margarita. You will hunt that down until you get it. But your crown. So share with us some of these tools and systems you guys have. I'm familiar with what you guys do with hygiene and also answering services. Break that down for how that works for the Dental Nachos audience.
Yep. So I think the mothership or the central key to CallForce is our answering service. In short synopsis, we see from 1.4 million calls we've surveyed last year, Paul, that 28 to 32% of all phone calls are missed.
Wow, that's
huge.
Because people, that just goes back to the lack of momentum. You call, it happens to me all the time. I want to get my tires changed. They don't pick up or do it. I'm like, I guess I don't need to do it anymore.
Yeah,
so classic human nature.
14% of new patients who call and have their call missed are likely to leave a voicemail. So 86% of them do not leave a voicemail.
Yeah, totally get that.
And so if we're saying, okay, let's spend $1,000 on marketing, then a third of those calls that we generated, that we paid to generate, go down the drain.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so we need to have systems within our practice to engage with those patients and schedule those patients directly into the practice management software. And that's what our answering service does.
That's amazing. I think dentists all wish they had someone answer the phone. So what times will you guys answer the phone and share with us, what it costs to have a call answered and things like that for our Nacho audience?
Yeah, so our cost is based on the quantity of calls you send through in a month. Typically, it's between $4 and $5 a call. So you're not agreeing to a $500 monthly amount. Now, if you spend that much, it's because you missed that many calls. Yeah. What were your other questions,
I mean,
Paul?
basically what I'm kind of pointing out, and as a practice owner for many years, getting those missed calls is everything. So it's one of those things where you'd be glad to be spending 100 times $4 because that means that you guys have connected and answered the phone for us 100 times in a month. And, in dentistry, it's not hard to generate enough revenue to cover that. And what's even more amazing, and to my Nacho audience, when you think outside the box, you're also might be creating the lifetime value of one patient for $4 can be tens of thousands of dollars, so that patient who might go to another dental office or give up is amazing. Now, also in the midst of this crisis, this is perfect. And I know you have some special offers I want to ask you about. So we talked about the call service, but also just share with me a little bit about the hygiene that you guys do on a regular basis too, because I like that as well.
Yeah. So hygiene reactivation is a notorious thing in the practice that falls on the back burner because it's just not the funnest thing to do. And that's something we can all acknowledge. So from 5 to 7:30, the practice's time, when people are twice as likely to be home or answer the phone, we place calls from the practice's phone number, schedule their overdue patients directly back into their practice management software, and practices only pay us, Paul, if we schedule an appointment.
Yeah, no. That's awesome. You just tell me $25 an appointment. These appointments can be $150 to $250. And not only that, I mean, I have a quote for Dental Nachos, which I live by. It's, if it doesn't help, it doesn't matter, whether it's Dental Nachos or dentist. So, we are kindly annoying patients to come back and get their teeth clean, get their mouth looked at. This is what we went to school for. This is what we believe in. Just like someone who's your personal trainer wants to get you back in the gym, your financial planner wants to get you saving money, because it comes from a place of helping people. But the human brain, a lot of times, mine does this too, wants to do what it wants to do. Eat nachos instead of vegetables, or, spend money on margaritas instead of 401ks. And it's just great when you can be at arm's length away from this as the dentist and having a service kind of act on your behalf. Because one, you don't have to spend the time. And two, that conversation with, it always is a little weird, from the dentist to telling the patient, did you want to come in? It's just great when you have this intermediary. Share with us, you have some cool nacho offers as a key resource and sponsor. Share with us what you guys are doing now and how people can connect with your group.
Yeah, so COVID obviously is unprecedented. No one even truthfully knows what is happening or how long it's going to happen for. And we realize right now practices need to answer the phone. I mean, Paul, every day we're seeing hundreds of emergency calls that we're fielding here at CallForce. And just a side note is so many people are calling practice after practice after practice because no one is answering the phone.
Yeah.
And they will become lifelong patients if you help them in a time of need.
Right. And what I want to point out as a dentist, it doesn't mean you have to rush into the office and take care of a problem. It just means you have to help them manage their current challenge. My brother and I are currently managing it with my best friend, my cell phone here. And, that's just such a good point that you can doesn't mean you have to rush in and do things if it's not an acute emergency. People just want to be heard and feel like they're taken care of.
People want a phone call. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, yesterday we fielded 300 emergency calls here at CallForce.
Wow. That's amazing.
And so answer the phone, but obviously there's not a ton of revenue coming in, so you have to also have less staff. So we're offering our answering service as a free trial during COVID so that practices can still field those emergency calls without fielding additional employment costs.
That's awesome. So that's really just a great offer. We're going to share that with our group. So they have a complimentary access or ability to use your call service. We're going to put a landing page into the comments. People want to reach out to us about it. Just reach out to dentalnachos.com or salsa@dentalnachos.com. How can people reach out directly to you about this, Corey?
Yeah. So our website is www.getcallforce.com. And then we also have some nacho discounts that I'll attach in the link below, so that if anyone's interested, we've been able to provide some discounts.
That's awesome.
Part of this
my whole thing is JFO, Corey. Just find out. And it might not sound that when you hear JFO, but it's just find out, and just find out how you can make yourself feel less like this every day, which is my Mr. Grumbly. Because during a normal dental time, between fielding challenges, answering questions, anything you can do to outsource your annoyance. Outsource your annoyance to people who want to take it, because you're not doing a filling and you're not figuring out, if the copay is $5 or $10. You guys are just focused on getting patients to connect with us into our schedule, helping them feel heard, and that's awesome. So getcallforce.com, complimentary access during COVID for our Nacho members, which is outstanding. Reach out to me at dentalnachos.com or salsa@dentalnachos.com or Corey at getcallforce.com. Thanks for being on with me, Corey. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.